I'm Jono. Blender versus Cinema 4D. Let's see which one handles the heavy scene.
The free all-in-one suite and the paid motion graphics specialist. One was rescued from a failed company by a community that raised over €100,000 in 7 weeks to buy back the source code. The other was built on a declining platform in 1993 and survived by adapting to every operating system that replaced it. One has an autosave system that an add-on can silently disable without notification. The other crashed while saving and produced a 0-kilobyte file. Blender and Cinema 4D. The software that made professional 3-dimensional work accessible for free, and the subscription product that motion designers continue paying for because the procedural workflow speed in their specific domain remains faster than free provides. Both crash, both lose work. The gap between them is closing with every release. The question is whether the subscription earns its cost before the free alternative eliminates the reason to pay it. Blender's first source file was written on the 2nd of January 1994 at a Dutch animation studio. The commercial company failed in 2002. The community raised approximately €110,000 in 7 weeks. The software was released under an open source license on the 13th of October 2002. The 2019 release rebuilt the interface and introduced a real-time render engine. By March 2026, version 5.1 provides modeling, sculpting, rigging, animation, simulation, compositing, video editing, and rendering in a single application at zero cost. Long-term support versions at 4.5 and 4.2 serve studios that need production stability. The procedural node system approaches the capability of the paid competitor's signature motion system and expands with each release. The real-time render engine now runs on a modern graphics interface. The path-traced engine produces photorealistic output. The development fund sustains the work without venture capital or subscription fees. The autosave that protects work can be silently disabled by an add-on. Autosave inconsistency is documented across 3 different versions. 3 to 4 hours of work lost after a crash. A power outage that corrupted the project file and the autosave simultaneously. The crash recovery tools exist, but require prior knowledge to use. The community advice in every crash thread follows the same pattern because the application does not surface the recovery path automatically. Cinema 4D was first released in 1993 on the Amiga, a German company that survived a platform collapse by moving to every operating system that followed. A parent company reached full ownership in 2018, subscription pricing replaced perpetual licenses in 2019, acquisitions of a rendering engine, a visual effects toolkit, and a sculpting application created a bundled creative ecosystem. The current version shipped in December 2025. The procedural motion system with distribution controls, effect modifiers, and spatial field controls is the fastest iteration tool for design-centric motion work available. The 2024 release was described by multiple users as the buggiest they had seen. Crashes, save failures, broken lighting from older files, and rendering engine node problems. A crash while saving produced a 0-kilobyte file. The 2025 version crashed approximately once per hour for at least one user. The rendering engine's integration with the main application created tightly coupled failures where reinstalling both components did not resolve the issue. The subscription bills during the instability. The implicit agreement that payment ensures reliability is violated by the documented crash pattern. The feature breadth comparison favors Blender decisively. Modeling, sculpting, rigging, animation, simulation, compositing, video editing, 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional hybrid drawing, and 2 render engines in a single free application. Cinema 4D provides modeling, animation, simulation, and rendering with the bundled ecosystem, adding sculpting and visual effects tools. For an artist who works across multiple disciplines, Blender provides more capability in one application at zero cost. The motion graphics speed comparison favors Cinema 4D in its specific domain. The procedural motion system creates distributed geometry instances with effect modifiers and spatial controls faster than the free alternative's procedural node system achieves the same result. For a motion designer iterating on a broadcast project under deadline, the speed difference is measurable in hours per project. The compositing integration with the dominant motion graphics application is deeper than any competitor provides. For a studio whose pipeline runs through both applications, The integration eliminates manual steps. The stability comparison favors neither platform cleanly. Blender's Autosave unreliability is a passive risk. The safety net may not be running. Cinema 4D's crash frequency in the 2024 and 2025 releases is an active risk. The application stops working. Both lose user work. Blender's failure is silent. Cinema 4D's failure is visible. Both require the same mitigation from the user. Save frequently and manually. Do not trust the automatic systems without verification. The cost comparison is the structural pressure on the paid product. Blender is free permanently. Cinema 4D requires an ongoing subscription. The subscription must justify itself through workflow advantages that the free tool does not provide. As the free tool's procedural system matures and its render engines improve, the workflow advantages that justify the subscription narrow. The narrowing is documented in the community threads where users ask whether the subscription is worth continuing. Someone whose primary work is motion graphics for broadcast, advertising, or design agencies, and whose pipeline integrates with the dominant compositing application should evaluate whether the subscription speed advantage justifies the recurring cost. For this specific workflow, the procedural motion system remains faster. The compositing integration remains deeper. The speed difference translates directly into billable hours saved. If the time saved exceeds the subscription cost, the subscription earns its place. If it does not, the free alternative provides comparable output at zero cost with additional time invested. Someone starting in three-dimensional content creation should learn the free tool first, regardless of intended specialization. The breadth of capability, the zero cost, and the community learning resources provide the strongest foundation. If the specific motion graphics workflow later demands speed, the free tool cannot match. The subscription product can be evaluated against the specific gap rather than adopted as a default. Someone currently paying the subscription should periodically evaluate whether the workflow advantage still holds against the free alternative's current version. The free tool improves with every release. The procedural node system approaches the paid product's motion capabilities. The render engines are competitive. The version that justified the subscription 12 months ago may not justify it against the free tool's current release. The evaluation should happen annually at minimum. Someone evaluating stability should apply the same discipline to both tools. Configure Autosave explicitly on the free tool. Verify it after every add-on installation. Save frequently and manually on both. Test major version updates on non-critical projects on both. Neither tool guarantees that work is protected without user discipline. The free tool's risk is silent failure. The paid tool's risk is visible crashes. Both require the same mitigation. The creator who wrote the first source file in 1994 and rescued the code through community funding built the most significant free creative tool in three-dimensional software. The founders who built their first version on a declining platform in 1993 and adapted through every market shift built the motion graphics standard. Both tools crash, both lose work, both require manual save discipline from the user. The free tool provides more features at zero cost. The paid tool provides faster iteration speed in one specific workflow at subscription cost. The free tool improves with every release. The paid tool's workflow advantage narrows with every release of the free tool. For the motion designer whose speed depends on the procedural motion system, the subscription justifies itself through the time it saves. For every other user, the free tool provides more capability at a cost the subscription cannot compete with. The gap is closing. The paid product's future depends on maintaining a speed advantage that the free tool is systematically reducing. The work functions on both. The cost of doing that work is where the differences live.